Hello everyone. Now today we are going to see the next assignment from our data structures and algorithms laboratory, and that again the next assignment is depends upon the binary search tree. So we have already completed one assignment as per the SPPU syllabus. So let's check what is the next assignment that we are going to complete. So here as per the syllabus we have started the data structures algorithms laboratory, and from A group we have completed this 2 assignment, from B group we have completed this, and now the next third assignment, because we have to complete 3 assignments from group B, and the next assignment we are going to cover is this related to the binary search tree. So here we want to create one dictionary that will store the keywords and its meaning. It should provide the facility for adding the new keywords, deleting the keywords, updating the values of any entry. Then also it provides the facility to display the whole data sorted in ascending or descending order, whatever it may be. Also we have to find out how many maximum comparisons may be required for finding any keyword, and here we have to use the binary search tree for this implementation. So this is what the BST based assignment that we are going to complete today here. So let's start with this assignment. Now here we are having our group B assignment, that is a dictionary we have to create with the keywords and its meaning. So let's start with the coding. The assignment is here with all the code, but here as usual I have taken the printout and mentioned some comments over here so that we can easily understand what are the concepts are given here. Fine. So these are some header files that we have included here, that as usual for the C++ programming we are required that much header file we have included. With that we have also required the string.h, because we are going to perform some string related operations here. Now let's see that you all know that for any of the tree we are using linked list as a representation of that tree. So there are always 2 representation we have. From that we are just going with the linked list representation of a tree. Now what is the requirement for the linked list? That we need to be create a node, right? First we have to create the node. So how we are going to create the node for the any particular node of the tree? So whatever the fields are there, according to that field we are creating the struct node with the different variables and the value of that variable, that can be character, integer, etc. So we are defining its array or whatever the requirements, pointers, these things we are defining in this typedef struct node. So here the struct node we have created, where we are taking a data type of character. We can also have the different data types. So as in our given example, the keyword and meaning both are the character, so we are just representing both are for the character. So k array is for the keyword and character m is for storing the meaning of that keyword. So with that we are requiring the 2 pointers left and right that will point to the left and the right nodes of the tree. This is what the name of this structure by which we are going to access this struct. So no need to every time we have to mention, no need to mention the struct node. Directly we can access that by using the node. Now next is we have defined the class, that is next class we have defined for the dictionary. We are giving the name to dict as that class, and here we have created many functions. So you can see here we have written many functions over here. So the definition of these functions are written outside, and whenever we are writing the definition of the function outside of that class, then we are accessing this class by using the scope resolution operator. So same thing we are going to do here. So here the definition is given, the functions names are given here. So here we have created the different function, like node root function is there for the root pointer, then create function to create the node, then display to display the binary search tree, then we have created the insert function to insert any particular node in a tree, then search is there, update function is there, delete function and minimum function. we are passing the parameter to that as a node pointer, which will be your starting first node, and then we are passing the character string as per the requirement. So for search operation, for update operation, as a user we are passing something like this keyword I want to search, this keyword I want to update. So for that, input is going to be given by the user in the form of characters, and that's why we are also passing the character over here. This is to find the minimum node in a tree likewise. So here we have declared some function, and after the declaration of function we have to write down the definition of that. But before going towards the definition, first we'll understand what is the main function, because every time we run the program it starts executing from main. So we have to move directly main first, and then we'll continue with the definition of function. Now what is this main? Return type of this main function is integer, so it is returning something at the end. Some variables we have declared as per our requirement, and initially if you can see here, we have written that we have created one object of the class dictionary that we have seen before this. So this D is object, and by that object we are going to access the members, variables, member functions of that class. Now D dot root, we are setting initially the root to the null. Now next we have displayed the menu to the user, and for that we are taking the choice from the user that which choice they want to select, and for that we are using switch case. So same thing we have applied here. We have displayed the menu, choice is taken by the user. Now in the switch case we are passing the choice. What is the next thing is that we have to call that function according to the choices. So first is a create. So if we want to create a binary search tree, then we have to call to create function. So how we are calling the create function? Just by creating the object of that class. Which class? Where we have declared that function create. So in class dictionary we have created the function, we have declared the function create, and we are accessing that function by using the object of that class. So d dot create will call the function create, which we have written. Now next is case 2. This is nothing for displaying. So if suppose the root is null, means there is nothing to display in the tree. So at that time we have to write it down like no any keywords are there. Else means if there are something available in the tree, then we have to display, we have to call the display function. So same way, by using object of the class dictionary d dot display, we are calling that function by passing the root value of the class. So this is what the next function. Third function is related to, by given choice, the third function is related to the search operation. So here we have to search something. So if your root is again null, means there is nothing in the tree and no need to search any of the things. So in that case you have to mention that dictionary is already empty. First add keywords and then try again. So we have to add something. If the tree is not empty, there are some elements in the tree, then you have to ask the user that which keyword they want to search, and that choice we have to take in the k variable in the keyword k array, we can say, which is of the type of character, and that choice we are then this, by using this choice we are taking that choice in this, and then we are calling the search function with the given choice. So by using that search function we are just searching the keyword here, and by searching that keyword, if it is given that search functions returns 1, means that keyword is found, otherwise the keyword is not found. This is what the condition case number 3. Now what is the next case is given in the menu? Update. We have to update that. So in the case number 4 we need to do updation. So again, if our dictionary is null, nothing in the tree, then we have to mention that dictionary is empty. First add the keywords, then try again. Else means the tree is not empty, so we can have the updation over there. So we'll ask to the user that which keywords meaning they want to update, and that keyword we are taking in the k, and then we are just passing that keyword as a parameter to that update function, and whatever the update function execution will be, if it is returns 1, then a meaning of that keyword is updated. If it is not returning once, mean the meaning is not found, that keyword is not found over there in the data, and we have to stop here. What is the next case is for the deletion. So again, if your root is null, means we cannot delete anything. So same message we are printing again and again, that dictionary is empty. First add the keywords and then try it again. else we have to just ask to the user that which keyword they want to delete, and after that we have to take that choice in the K. Same way, if the root is null, means that no any keyword is there, otherwise we have to call that delete function again, and that delete function is going to call by passing the parameter K over here. So in this way different choices we are performing here, and we are executing this main case, and this switch case is closing here, and this switch case will work until your choice will becomes the 5. Once it will be more than 5, then it is going to be exit from that loop, and here we are returning 0 because we have mentioned our main function as a integer. So this is what the main function. Now let's see the definition of each and every function that we have created. So we'll go towards the first function. This is what the create function. Now in this create function we are just writing the definition of this function by using the scope resolution operator. Why? Because this function we have we have declared in the class dictionary, and now we are writing the definition outside of the class, and that's why we are using the scope resolution operator over here. Now what is the next thing is that in that function we have defined one temporary variable of the class node, and after that node pointer variable we have defined. After that we have initialized some variable. Now here we have created a new node, that is a temp node we have created. Then we are just as this function is for create means we are accepting the values of keywords and meaning from the user. So same thing will ask for user, please enter the keyword, please enter its meaning. So that keyword will be taken in the variable K, and m in the variable m, means two fields are there in the temp node. The one field is K and another field is m. Two more fields are there for the left and right pointer as we have defined in the very struct node, right? So temp is your node, so node contains keyword, meaning, left and right pointer. So keyword will have that whatever the keyword is entered by user, that will be in the temp of K, means here. Same m will show the meaning of that keyword here. Now as it is a single root node we have created, any node we have created, so just make its left and right pointer as a null. Now what is the next thing? If root is equal to null, now we have created our very first node. Now we'll check whether my root is null. If root is not null, means already root is created, but if no any root is created, means whatever the first node we have inserted, that node will becomes the root node. So if your root is not, then make this temp as a root node. If root is null, means nothing in the tree, then make this temp as a root. But else means if there is already the nodes are available in the tree, so this temp cannot be root. So what we have to do for this? Then we have to find out the correct position of that node in the tree. The correct position of the node, whether it should be on the left side, right side, this all are decided how? By just considering what? By just considering a less than and greater than condition. So we are comparing with the root and we are inserting according to that towards left or right. This is what the BST, binary search tree. So to do this, if your root is already present, then we are calling the insert function. So insert function is going to insert that node in the tree according to their correct position. So at the appropriate location it will insert that particular temporary node that we have created. So this is what the else part, if your root is not null. And if you want to add some more, then we have to enter one. If you want to if you don't want to add any another node, then enter as a 0. And here is the choice we have taken from the user. If choice is 1, again user is able to insert or able to enter the next keyword and meaning. Again the insert function will get called and they are get inserted over there. So for example, if the temporary variable is our first variable which is having the value G as a keyword and its meaning is good. G is keyword, its meaning is good, and that we have stored. So initially this temp is my root, nothing in the tree. So its left are set to null, its right are set to null. Now your choice is equal to 1. You are continuously taking the values of keywords and meaning from user. Once your choice will be 0, then you have to exit from this. Now what is the next function? So as we have no insert function we have called, so let's see the definition of insert function. What exactly the insert function is going to do? So this insert function is we are using to insert a new node in binary search tree when root node is already available. Then in that case we are calling this insert function. So in this insert function, same way we are accessing that, we are writing the definition of this insert same way by using the scope resolution operator, because this function is declared in the class dictionary and we are writing the definition outside of the class. Now if a string, here we are applying the string compare, means why we are just comparing that, because once your root node is available then only we are using the insert function, right? So we have to insert that either onto the left side or onto the right side. So for that we are comparing that particular keyword with the root node, means whether it is less than root node or whether it is greater than root node. So for that we require the string compare function. So we are comparing that newly generated, that is temp node, with the root node. Whatever the root of that tree, we are comparing our new created node temp with that root. And if it is less than 0, means it should lie onto the left. If it is if their difference is less than 0, means it should be lie onto the left side. So compare the keyword of the temp node and the root node, and if it is less than 0, then we need to insert it onto the left. So here we will check if whether that root of left is null. If root of left is null, then we can directly make that temp as a child of root. But else means if the root of left is not null, again something is available onto the left side of that root, so again we have to call the insert function, means again that child will be now becomes the next root, and again we have to compare our temp with that root. So again we are calling that root of left, means nothing but the child function of that child value of that root, and the temp means newly created node. So again we will call the insert function for this. So this is what the recursive in nature. Else means if your string comparison is greater than 0, means you have to insert it onto the right side, right? So here we have to insert this onto the right side, and again we are going to check whether there is a right child is null of that root. If the right of that root is null, then directly assign your new temporary variable to that right child of that root node. So temp will be a root of right. But if this condition gets false, means already the right child for that root is available, then make that child as a root node now, and again apply the same insert function over there. So here we are again recursively calling the same function that will be get applied onto the right of that tree. So this is what exactly the insert function is. So let's see here what exactly it is doing. So here is our first node we have created. This is what our first node. Now we want to insert the node A. So what is the node A? A is a keyword where the meaning of A is average. So we want to insert this A. So how we are going to insert? So we will compare that A with G. So A is less than G or A is greater than G? So A is less than G. So it satisfies the condition number 1, and that A should be get inserted onto the left of G. But how it is inserted? So first we have to check whether G is there any child for the G, left child is available for G. If it is no, then make A as the left child of this G. So here no left child for the G, and that's why we are making this A as a left child of this root node. Same way if we want to insert the B. So again we are going to compare that B with the root node. So B is what? Less than G. So we have to insert it onto the left. But before that we have to check whether any left child is available for B. So if we are checking on the left side, so we can see that yes, there is a left child is already available, and that is nothing but A. So now the A becomes root, and we are going to call the insert function on this newly node inserted and this root node A, and we are going to compare that. Now here we are comparing that. What about B? Whether B is greater than A or less than A. So as B is greater than A, so it should be on the right side. So you can see that the right link is connected to that newly created node B. With that, as A is not having any of its left child, so make it as a null. Our right child is now B. So B is not having their left and right, so make it as a null. So this is what the way we are inserting the nodes. Now suppose we want to insert a node V. That V node is nothing but V is keyword and very good is its meaning. So for that V, what we are going to do is we are just comparing that V with the root node. So V is greater than G, yes. So set we have to insert it onto the right side, but we have to check whether any right child for G is available. So initially there is no right child is for G, so directly we can make this V as a right child of the G. So in this way the insertion function is going to be work. Now what is the next thing is we have to display that. So here is the display function we have written. Now to display whatever we have created, its meaning and its keywords and its meaning, that we need to be display here. So for that we are calling this display function. So if your root is not equal to null, means there is something is available in the tree. So at that time you have to go towards the left, means we have to call the display function for the left subtree. So go towards the extreme left node and we have to print that. So whatever the node is small, that node we have to print, because in the question itself, in the problem statement itself, in the title it is given that you have to show this dictionary in the form of ascending or descending order. So if we are talking about the ascending, so we have to start from the smaller to larger. So we will start from the smaller characters, then we will move likewise, right, smaller to larger. So for very small value we have to go towards the extreme left of the tree, and there we are getting the small node in binary search tree. So this display function is called to go towards the extreme left, and by moving towards the extreme left we can get the small element. Then we have to print that elements that we have found it out as a small element, then we are printing that node. Same way, after printing the node and its meaning, we can see here we are printing the node root of k, with that we are printing its meaning also, and then we have to display the right. So every time we are doing same thing, we are displaying the root left side and then we are displaying the right side, and in this way we are working here for the display function. So if we have included these four values G, A, B and B, so what is the extreme small value on this tree? Which is the extreme small value? A is the extreme small, right, because it is on the extreme left. So A will be get printed over here. So keyword A, then its meaning. Then what about the next? Which is the next? We have to go on to the right, because after left we are visiting towards the right. So after A there is B, so we have to print B. Then again we are backtracking and will come to this node. Then after that we have to print the G, and then we have to move towards the right of this, and then we'll printing the B. So this is what the working of this nodes. We are going towards the left, then we are printing that root node, and then we are going towards the right. So as the left is not available for this A, so A is itself a root, print that root, then print its meaning, and then go towards the right. So in this way we are printing it. Now what is the next thing is search node. So here we are applying the searching logic in this search function. So initially we are declaring one variable C as a 0. Why this C variable we have taken? Because we want to count something. And why we are counting? So in the question itself it is given that we have to count the number of comparisons. So maximum comparisons required for finding any key. Means if we are searching any keyword, then how many comparisons are required, and that comparisons are given over here. So for that we are declaring one variable C. Now here we have to check until our root becomes null. So while our root is not null, up to that we have to check that we have to increment the count. So whenever we are comparing, we have to increment the count. So here count is incremented, it becomes 1, because we are visiting now first one, right? So we are comparing our first element, so count becomes 1. If compare string whatever we have to compare, that k is taken by user, because while we have written in the switch cases, we are calling the search function in switch cases. At that time we are taking the value of the keyword which we want to search. That value is in the k. So we are going to compare that k with the root. The k keyword given by the user is compared with the keyword of the root node, and if their matching is 0 means they are matched, then we have to directly print the number of comparisons is what. So compare the search key with the keyword of root node, and if it is matches, the keyword means root node is itself a searching keyword, then you have to mention at the number of comparisons is as a 1, and you have to print that. If it is less than means this comparison is not equal to 0, means the key is not matched. So we have to think that whether we have to search this key onto the left or right. So either one of the subtree we are going to search that. Either we will say search it on the left or right depending upon the value, means whether it is less than. If it is less than, then search on the left side. If it is greater than, then search onto the right side. So if it is less than 0, then our root becomes root of left, means you are searching towards the left. So here left node becomes the root node. But if it is greater than 0, then you are going to apply the root on the root of right, and again you are going to find out whatever the new root we have updated, whether that root is not equal to null. Again you are going to compare with every time the element will be compared with root, and we are printing its comparison. So here we are printing its comparison. So every time the count will be incremented whenever we are entering into the while loop, and the count is going to be increment. So here we are comparing this, and if no element found, then we at the end we have to written -1, means if element is not available, searching element is not available, then we have to written -1. So for example, to search the B, we want to search the B. So initially the B will get compared with G. Is it equal? No, they are not equal. So we will decide where we have to search it, whether onto the left or whether it onto the right. So we will see that if we are comparing them, then we will come to know that it is less than 0. Less than 0 means we have to search it on the left. So our now root becomes the A. A is now root, and after that we are again comparing that B with A. So is it equal? No. But what thing we are coming to know that B is greater than A. So we should search it on the right of A. So again we will go towards the right, and here this B will becomes the root node. So we will compare whether this searching keyword B and this B is equal. Yes, means here the string is get compared, and at that time we have to print that the number of comparisons, whatever the counts are incremented, that count we have to print, and with that we have to search that. If we are printing that, then we have to display that the element is found. So this is what the searching operation is there. And the last one is, I think, update and delete. Two functions are remaining. So what is this update function is giving? Update means if any particular keyword, if we want to change its meaning, then we can do that. So again we are saying that while our root is not null, means root until root becomes null, we are just comparing that with the root element. Whatever the key you want to update, that is taken in the k by the user. So that k we are comparing with the root, and if they are matching, then in that case you have to write down if key is matching, means that key is found in the tree. Then we can ask the user that please update, give your new meaning for that keyword. So we will ask to the user, and new meaning will be taken in the root of m, and that meaning we have taken over here, and we are returning the -1. Means that keyword is found over here, and we have also taken the meaning of that keyword, right? So here we are changing the meaning of that particular keyword. Now what is the next? If the whatever the string we have compared with that root node, if it is less than 0, means we have to search onto the left. If it is greater than 0, then we will search onto the right, and up to the node becomes equal, then we are updating its meaning. If it is not satisfying this condition any time, means that such a key is not available in the tree, and we have to return the -1. So this is what the logic behind this update. And now the last function is there, that is delete function. So in this delete function, we are again passing the parameter that whatever the key we want to delete, that we are passing it as a parameter. Now initially we are checking if root is equal to null, means what? There is no element is available, and we have to return that root. If your root is null, then you have to return that. Otherwise you have to search for less than. If it is less than 0, means your delete should be on what? We have to search that item that is to be deleted, we have to search it onto the left. So we will recursively apply the delete function onto the root of left with whatever the key we want to delete. So in this way we are recursively calling that, apply the delete function onto the left elements or left subtree. If it is greater than 0, then we are applying the same delete function onto the right of the subtree. Suppose we are going towards the right child, again that right child is compared with the keyword and it is again greater than 0, so again we are going on to the right. If it is less than 0, then from right we are going towards the left. So this is what the working of this delete function. And now once if it is matched, means if we are reached to leaf node, if whatever the root element we have find and its right and left both are null, means that root node becomes the leaf node, then and that particular element is found, then we can delete that node. And how we can delete that node? Just make that root node as a temp and delete that temp and then return the null. Now the temp node is get attached over there and that node is get deleted. So this is what the way to delete any particular node, that is a leaf node. Now suppose any of the child is null, means one child is present and another child is null. So if any of the child is null, means the node with the single child is there, then in that case make that root node as a temp. Okay, give the name to that root node as a temp. Then root should becomes the root of left. So whatever the now right child is null, means the node particular root node is having their left child. So whatever the left child is there, make that child as a root and then delete this temp. So such a, as we are doing swapping, same like the things we are doing before deleting that node, we have to link their left child to the root of that node, and the same thing we are doing here, and then we are deleting that temp. So for example, here it is given. So which element we want to delete? For example, A we want to delete. Okay, and now for A the right child is available and its left child is null, means else if the root of left is null, means its right child is available, one child is available, that is right, and the left child is null. So in that case we are making this as a root. Okay, make this temp as a root. Then whatever the root is there, make its root of right as a, whatever the node we want to delete, make its right as a child of the root. So here we have to make the child of A, that is B. We have to link the root of A with the child of A. Directly we have to form the connection between them, and then only we can delete any particular node. So we have to form the connection and then that node will get deleted. The same condition is mentioned over here. So here in this example we are directly deleting the root node. Here the right child of the root node is not available. Here we can see in this condition the right child of the root is not available. So directly we are deleting that node by making the A as a root node. So this is one type of the deletion. This is another type of the deletion if they are having any of the node as a null. Then temp is equal to, and if both nodes are null, then it is given already. If both of the nodes are null, then this should be a condition for deleting any particular thing. And if both childs are available for that function, then this is what the thing we have to apply it again and again. Now after that we are now suppose there are both the elements are present, means this condition gets unsatisfied, that node is not a leaf node, that node is not having a single child, that node is not having a single left child, that node is not having a single right child, means all condition gets failed. Now that node is having both of its child. So in that case we have to replace that with the minimum value of the that subtree. Suppose G is the node which we want to delete. So we will find out the minimum value on its left subtree or minimum value on its right subtree, and then that value will get replaced over here. So you can see that in the temp variable we have found out the root of right, minimum on the right side of that root, and then we are copying that value of temp at the root. Then only we can delete that root. So first we have to make that right child, minimum right child as a root, and then we have to copy that to that position, and then we can delete by applying the delete function onto that root of right with whatever the temporary value we have taken with that 10th value we are calling this deleting function. So in this way the particular node is deleted. So before deleting that node we have to find out its minimum right side element, and we have to exchange that element with the node which is to be deleted. We are changing its root, and according to that we are deleting the node. So this is what the case is we are using here. One more function that we are calling here, that minimum of root of right. So what this function is giving us, it's finding the minimum element at the extreme left. So on the right subtree it will find out the minimum element. On the right subtree it is going to find out the minimum element. So here that mean function will go towards the left again and again until you are reaching towards the leaf node, and once you are reaching towards that node, that will be written a minimum element on the extreme left over there. So this is what the way for the deletion is there, and here we have finished with the explanation of the code. Now we will run this code. So here we are having our code. So just make it copy. We are going to run it on the online compiler. So up to this we are considering, and we are just running it on the online compiler. So here that code is here, and here we are going to run it. So here we are running our code. So it's compiling, and now here it's working. So we have to enter our choice. For example, we are entering the choice as a 1. So here we have to enter the meaning of the keywords. Suppose the keyword is G, then we are mentioning its meaning as a good. Then do you want to add some more keys? Yes, we want to add. Now for example, if you want to add the meaning next key as suppose the next key is A, its meaning is average. Do you want to add some more? Yes, I will say I want to add some more, and I must say I want to just make it the new keyword B, that is nothing but for its meaning is bad. If you want to add something, yes, I must say I want to enter one keyword. Now suppose very good VG I will say. So what is the meaning of this? Very good. Okay, this is what the meaning. Yes. Do you want to add some more? So I will say 0. No, I don't want to add. Now if we want to display, so here we have to pass the value of choice as a 2. So its choice is wrong. Again we have to run this. Stick in another value 222. So again we need to insert. So keyword is G, its meaning is good. So it will becomes our root node. Whatever the first entry we have entered, that will becomes our root node. The next keyword is A, its meaning is average. Next keyword is, suppose it's B, its meaning is bad. Next keyword is, again, what is the next keyword is? Very good, VG, its meaning is very good. And if we say 0, again choice is there, the answer is 2. So you can see that now it is mentioned in the ascending order, A after A, B, G and VG. What is the root here? G is root, because that we have entered first. But according to that, it's mentioning the left child first, then the root child, and then right side child. So in this way, the meaning of the dictionaries are displayed according to the ascending order that is already given in the question. Now what is the next thing? As this keywords are displayed according to their order and their meanings are also displayed. Now if we want to search, so and we have to enter the key which we want to search. If I am mentioning B, then it is giving yes, the key which you want to search that is B. Number of comparisons is given 2. It's compared with root node and then compared with the left child, and here it is written as a keyword found. So this is what the thing for searching. Now suppose we have to update this. If you want to change the meaning of any particular thing, if we want to update, then we can update as a, we want to update the meaning of key very good. Now what is the new meaning of that very good? So I will say very dash good. So now meaning is updated. Now if we want to display this again, so you can see that now its meaning is changed to very good. Initially it's showing just a very good, now its new meaning is updated, very dash good, right? Now again suppose you want to insert one thing here. So now suppose we want to again add one more, and the name of keyword is O and its meaning is suppose outstanding. Its meaning is outstanding. So say 0, I don't want to insert it further, and if we want to display it, so let's see. Yeah, so here before we, it's get updated as a meaning of outstanding, right? Now suppose we want to delete a node. If you want to delete, perform the delete operation, and again I want to delete the keyword O, outstanding, for example, it's capital O. Now we have to display it again. So here you can see that now that keyword is get deleted, that keyword is get deleted, right? So in this way it's working. Suppose we want to again delete something, like we are giving the choice as a 5, and we want to delete now B. So let's check what happened. We want to change, we want to delete our root G. Okay, so let's check. Now here D is get deleted, and this is what G is get deleted, and this is what the remaining thing. So it is working fine. It is also displaying the number of comparisons for searching operation and everything else. So with that we have finished the explanation of this assignments which is from the unit number 2, trees. Now the next assignments are depends on the graphs. So with this we'll stop here by the completion of this assignment from group B. Thank you very much all of you.